You've stopped into another episode of Dad Crossing where myself, Nick, and my co-host Sean will have real, honest chats about the highs and lows of dad life. We'll laugh together at the craziness of parenting and the silliness of our kiddos, and we'll support each other through the challenges and tough decisions of fatherhood. Whether you're a seasoned granddad or a dad-to-be, we promise laughs, relatable, and sometimes raw talk, and expert help to tackle the tough issues. Not from Sean and me, but from the amazing guests we'll have on the show. So let's be dads crossing through life together. Sean, I am deep into Minecraft once more with my kiddos this year or this week. I don't know how long it's going to last. We've made a whole village. We have a community center. We've got a garden, a ranch. We don't have a community center. We have a restaurant with a hotel on top. Community center is next. And the restaurant's at the bottom with a ranch on one side for meat, and then a whole gardening thing on the other side. And we all have our own houses. It's a whole village. I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We played a lot of Minecraft yesterday. Becca was at work all day getting her office because they go back on Monday. And it's like stupid hot here and humid. And I was like, what do you want to do, kids? And they said, we want to play Minecraft. And I was like, sure, let's just do that. And then we kept doing it. And kept doing it. We stopped periodically to go move sprinklers for this freaking yard that I'm watering. But other than that, that's pretty much all we did. Not going to lie. I mean, it was probably like 4 hours of Minecraft. It was very, it was not a great parenting decision, probably. Everybody's like, you let your kids play 4 hours of video games? Oh my God, I'm not listening to this podcast ever again. You're awful. But that's what I did.
Well, to those people, I say, go play Minecraft. And, the whole STEM thing, it's educational. There's a lot of building. And I've seen the effort you put into this. The Excel spreadsheet you sent me with the details of like the layout of the house and stuff like. You've put some time and effort into this. And to like forward plan things like, the farm, the ranch, and the farm exactly with all like, the fruits and vegetables and stuff being close to the restaurant. Makes good sense. It's good for the environment. They don't have to travel far.
That's right.
So, it's all learning. It's all learning and development. It's project management. So,
yeah. So so the community center is going to be all Noah's. I've given him kind of the sketch that I came up with, and I was like, you can build it that way. You cannot. I don't care. And so I'm really excited to have. We all gave ourselves jobs. So like Ariel's the rancher, and Noah is all ag, and I'm the builder / miner person. Not that we don't cross over from time to time, but Noah really wanted to try his hands at building this, and I was like, you can build it like this, you cannot. And it gets like, I'm not gonna lie, like it gets a little particular, right? Like it's like, okay, well, the stairs are right here, because he's like, well, I want the stairs to be there, and I was like, well, it's a 2-story building, buddy. So where are the stairs coming up at? Just want to let you, just might want to think about that. And so yeah, it's been fun. It's been I would say it's a lot more. Everybody's kind of enjoying it more than the last time we played, and we really loved it last time. But this time we were kind of in a fort. Like we made this gigantic fort. We had these levels, and so you couldn't have your own creativity in your own space because there just wasn't that amount of room. And now we all have basically our own property, and we can do whatever we want within those boundaries. So, yeah, it's been fun. So,
to me, it's not time wasted doing that. I mean, I played some Fortnite with Logan the other day. We played 45 minutes. We had good fun. He played upstairs. I played downstairs. We FaceTimed each other so we could talk and stuff like that because he still hasn't grasped the concept that games like that have in-voice chat. But I want to keep that away from him as long as possible.
Sure.
So
that's good. That's good
for him to do that.
That's good for sure. Yeah.
So we played some of that. We got some decent wins with some fun, nice. And then it was like it was his bedtime. So for me, it's not time wasted. It's I remember as a family playing Tomb Raider with my mom and my dad, we'd all sit around together, and my dad would be the person that controlled it. I would be the person that counted like the blocks for how far I had to step back to get the right run in and jump, and my mum did the puzzles.
Nice.
It was a team effort.
Nice.
So
yeah. Well, I mean, I've talked on here about Donkey Kong Country for me. Like that was my mom and I. That's what we would do. Like every Christmas, I'd get a Donkey Kong Country game, and we would like play the crud out of it because she would be off for my Christmas break, basically. So, yeah, good times for sure.
So yeah, I don't want to talk about Donkey Kong. I am done with that game now. I am done now. 2 weeks.
So, did you just burn yourself out, or is the end kind of crappy? Like what I did, you just answer that question. Don't go into detail because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Like what would you say?
No, the game is fantastic. The eventual end is brilliant. It's great. It closes the story out really nice. Loved it. I'm like at the point now where I need to find enough bananas to get 6 skill points. But the only way I'm going to get those bananas to get those 6 skill points is if I spend absolutely ages grinding for banana chips to exchange them at the token exchange to get
Okay.
to get the bananas. And to do that is a lot of just
Pine.
using the elephant's power
Yeah.
to destroy everything. And I mean everything. Wearing the token tie and stuff like that. So, you change the outfits to suit what you need, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've collected every single in-game banana is done. Every single one that you can collect everywhere. All 700.
Yeah, I would consider that like you did it. Like you did the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the fossils done. And I'm 13 music discs short of finishing all the music discs. I've got all the outfits. Yeah.
Can I tell you one of my gripes from this game? This has happened to me a handful of times. And I mean, this isn't a huge thing, but I wish they wouldn't pull you out of in those arenas, those like you need to kill so many people arenas.
Yeah, because they drop discs so frequently.
Yeah, I've lost so many discs. I'm like, I'm not worried about them in the moment because I gotta make this clock, and then all of a sudden I get the last one. There's like 3 discs just laying around the arena, and they're like, "See you later." And I'm like, "No, I want to pick those up before I go." Like,
yeah. So what I do with those, I caught onto that pretty quick. So what I started doing was, I would kill one and then do the whole collect, hit the ground, pull everything in, and then move on to the next count, just so that I wasn't missing out. But I know 2 of them I can only get a certain way. You can't get them any other way than a certain way. Don't want to spoil what that is for anybody that's not that far. The rest of them, again, I could either mine banana chips. I think you need 100 banana chips to trade with the token person for discs.
So how much gold do you spend now? Like, what are you up to? Like, how much gold does like 100 banana chip banana cost you?
It maxes out at 300 gold.
Oh, okay.
Time.
Okay.
So yeah, it starts small, and then by the time you've worked up to so many, it's just 300 every time. So that is the other thing is, as well as 100 banana chips, and I need 300 gold each time, and I need 6 skill points, and the skill points are 5 bananas each time. So
yeah, that adds up.
Yeah, it's a lot of listening to, which I really don't want to do.
I will say I find the elephant to be the first bonanza that I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of like, this has a real use. Like, the others have uses, but only in like a very, like those specific moments when you need them. Right. Like, and so this one, I'm just like, you know what? I just need to suck this stuff up. So we're just going to do this thing. So,
So the elephant's great for mining. If you need to go and do a lot of gold mining and stuff like that, or you're looking for treasure chests because you're stuck on finding bananas, use the elephant without a doubt. The ostrich and the snake power combined are fantastic for getting to places that you struggle. Like,
see, I'm not to that one yet. So
yeah, so late on in the game, you need a huge amount. You need like think it's 9,999 gold just to get to the end stage of the game. It's like you can't go past it. You need to go away and collect this. They've made a way of dragging the game out for that part. But if you're really savvy and you can combine all your powers together and understand how they work, you can do it without.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I did it without using any of the bonanzas. I used the roll, jump, roll, punch method.
I will say, so I, for the boss fights, have not been using the bonanzas because I have just found them to make the fights just too easy. So, and all of them so far, I've been able to, I think, I don't know, maybe the one before this last one, I wasn't able to. I think I was. I've been able to find, they made it harder, but they'll still drop like the specific rock I need, right? I just have to wait a bit.
Yeah.
Or do a little bit more effort. So, and I found that more fun. So I've just been making it harder on myself just because I find it more fun. This last one, this like refight with the Pika Bruiser person, nah. I don't, if there is a way to do it without the bonanzas, I couldn't figure it out. I was getting owned. So I had to go start using the bonanza so I could get through it. So
yeah, there is a boss rush mode right at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no way you can get that done without using the bonanzas.
Okay.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like every boss fight again from start to finish, but on steroids. It's crazy.
I bet. So that's what I really love the boss fights. I think they're great. Yeah. Good amount of difficulty, but also not like Elden Ring. So
yeah.
like
yeah, it's I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I wouldn't have played it to the point that I have played it if I didn't thoroughly enjoy the game. I thought it was everything that Mario Odyssey was with Donkey Kong, and the fact that you could destroy everything. It was great. You could play that game on rails and follow the way that it tells you to go, or you can be like, I'm going to punch through that wall now, and you just get sidetracked into doing lots of other things, and eventually you remember that you're on an actual journey, and like, oh, I best go do that now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. If you had Mario Odyssey or Donkey Kong, which one do you like better?
Donkey Kong.
Oh, really? I was wondering where you'd fall. It's been a popular topic in podcasts I listen to. Yeah, I would say probably Donkey Kong too. There's more to do. There's just more action in it, and it's more fun to get to places, I think, and smash stuff.
Mario Odyssey was missing Yoshi. If you could have teamed up with Yoshi to do different things, that would have been better. I know you can cappy him in the Mushroom Kingdom at one point on top of the castle, and then there's a few like stars and stuff that you need to find using Yoshi, but that wasn't enough for me. So
do you think, last video game question, do you think this is the addition to the next Zelda? Like, not that Zelda's gonna be like, he's not Donkey Kong, but like when you go to Tears now and you shoot a bomb, let me tell you, it's very like, it just leaves the black mark on the mountain. That's interesting. Will they add more? Will they take from this and add more of the environment destruction thing, like you have in Donkey Kong? Like I said, not like Zelda's gonna be bashing stuff, but like when you shoot a bomb, or not Zelda, Link is gonna be bashing stuff, but like when you shoot off a bomb, will it? I think they will take more of this and like have it actually like dig into the earth and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would make sense. If you've got that physics in one game, you might as well have it in another. But also depends on how graphically difficult that is, because Tears of the Kingdom is a huge map compared to the areas of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, they're all
and so to do that, you'd probably have to induce loading screens, and then you'd have to find a way of every time you have a blood moon, not only do the enemies regenerate, but the land that you have removed regenerates, kind of thing.
Yeah, that would make
So
sense.
there's a bit more to think about.
Yeah.
But that would be good because you can then use bombs to. Well, you'd be able to get everywhere, not just the cracks in the walls or the certain rocks that Link can use bombs on. So, but I don't know. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. It's one of those things where you're like, you walk away from Tears of the Kingdom before Donkey Kong, and you're like, Tears of the Kingdom has every physics you could ever want. And then it's like you play Donkey Kong, you come back, and you're like, huh, it doesn't have that. Well, it's just weird. It doesn't have that. Now all of a sudden, why doesn't it have that? And so it's very interesting to me. But I that's one thing that I bet they add to the next Zelda with whatever other crazy stuff I'm sure they will add as well. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's all the video game stuff I got. I'm excited too. I'm like legit excited, Sean. I mean, legit excited. The kids are with mom right now at work she's doing office stuff, and I'm like, yep. When they get back, we're gonna play Minecraft. Like, it's got me there. So,
I am very deep into a game that I can't talk about. I'm very much enjoying that game that I can't talk about, and I'm waiting till I can talk about it. But
well, that's what I was gonna say. Well, are you ever? Well, I mean, you'll be able to talk about it, but will you be able to talk about it and be like, "That's the game that I was talking about when I couldn't talk about it"?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you could disclose that.
There's other content creators out there. I mean, while I'm playing that game, I am running into various other people, real people in the game, online at the same time, and their gamer tags and stuff and names and things like that are above the head. And like I've been in parties with them, and I've been in voice chat parties, and we've done aspects of the game together, sort of thing. So we've done a full flush test, like that. But yeah, I'm loving it. So, and I can't wait for more.
I'm sure. That's cool.
I've been playing a lot of that when I can. Because I finished Donkey Kong. I have Grounded 2 downloaded.
If I wasn't buried in Minecraft, I would be in on that for sure.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of videos, and they seem to have done some massive quality of life improvements, and the story and the abilities that you can do in terms of like riding ants and stuff like that just looks great.
Yeah, it really does. The story, I'd be interested in quality of life stuff. The story is the thing that I always thought was like, they built this really cool sandbox, and they were like, oh crap, we should probably make a story. And that was always the part that I thought was lacking. It was like, okay, I don't know. I was just kind of playing because I thought it was a lot of fun. The story kind of sucked, in my opinion. That was the worst part of that video game. But I was able to, it's just like Mario, right? Like, I mean, it's like, I'm used to this. This is no different than Nintendo. Nintendo's like, this is a really fun video game. Oh, I should give it a story. Okay, so the Bowser kidnaps the girl, and then he goes and saves him. Great, we made this story. All right, let's move on. It's like very Nintendo.
Did you see that statement from Nintendo that Peach and Mario are nothing but good friends?
I did not.
So apparently Nintendo launched. I can't remember what article it was in, but they said that they're no more than just good friends. But I'm pretty certain, she has full blown French kissed him several times in video games.
Yeah, that's
and married him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, when did they get married? What game did they get married in?
I thought it was Odyssey that.
No, she turned around and left him. She turned around and left him.
Oh.
Yeah, because
what a jerk.
Yeah, because Bowser's there and Mario's there. I really liked it. I thought it was a moment where Princess Peach got instead of just being like this damsel that always needed to be rescued, she was like, no, I don't need either of you, and she walked away and did her own thing. Yeah. So,
what I do like is for every Nintendo, like the Mario aspect, so what do you want to call it? Mario Law.
Yeah,
I know this has turned into a very heavy gaming thing.
Yeah, it did.
That each one has their own damsel. So, Mario with Peach, is it Daisy with Luigi, Yoshi and what's the pink one? Birdo.
Oh, Birdo. Okay, yeah.
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 I don't know where Rosalina fits into it, but now Donkey Kong's got
She's
Pauline.
Galaxy, right?
Yeah, Rosalina's Galaxy.
Yeah.
But does Mario have 2 damsels?
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. No,
Yeah.
he only has a bunch of girls who are really good friends. He just hangs out with a bunch of good friend girls. That's all.
Yeah, okay.
We're not girlfriends. We're just friends that are
Friends
girls.
that are girls. So we can link that to parenting when you have that discussion with your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
Come on, it's okay. We can have the door closed. She's just a friend that's a girl. No, you can't.
Yeah. You see this wall? It doesn't go over my eyes.
Yeah, exactly. It just goes straight to here. That's it. Not any further. Not getting away with that. So
I'm full on Hopper with that. 3 inches. The door stays open 3 inches.
I like it. And then I'm going to talk about this because I'm going to give updates to let people know each one of these weeks whether I'm losing money or making money. I jumped in on Robinhood because full disclosure, I saw it on, so I'm not like I didn't come up with this on myself. Somebody else I read about like took $100 over 30 days. Jumped on Robinhood and had ChatGPT tell them what stocks to get, and he made, I don't know, like $20. So he's not like a millionaire over $100. But I'm really interested. Like ChatGPT gave me stocks that I should buy to make money in the next 30 days. Do I want to lose $100? No. Do I think I probably will? No. The stocks they choose, I doubt I'm going to lose like $100. I might lose like $20, but I doubt I'm going to lose 100. But I want to see in the next 30 days, like what if I'm making money, losing money, like where I'm at. I'm very excited to see how this rolls.
The thing is, over 30 days with £100 investment and a $20 return, that's a 20% rate of interest in return. That's a great return.
Yeah.
If you did that you wouldn't be kicking yourself if you did that with 1,000 because you'd have $200 back. You've got half a switch too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So I'm gonna report back.
I have done the same, but for whatever reason, the banking system in the UK tells me that because the market's closed, they won't convert my investment into the app yet. So I kind of sat here twiddling my thumbs.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Suddenly.
Yeah. Well, here in America, we don't care. So yours is probably the right way to do it. It's cautious. It's like, no, listen, it's closed. We're gonna wait. It's but we're like, nah, don't worry about it.
It's very British. Well, just hang on, sir. We're going to have tea and biscuits, and then it's the afternoon. We've got to have cricket and off and the roast dinner on Sunday, and so yeah.
So yeah, you had to give a lot more information than I did too. I was like, you're like, I got to take a picture of this and do that, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, I had to take a picture of my driving license, and then it wanted me to do. I don't know if you saw that part while we were chatting. That I had to take a selfie and then turn my head to the left, and then take a selfie and then turn my head. Yeah, so I had to go a bit further than that. So.
Here's the only thing I could possibly think why I didn't have to, because the government had no problem giving it all to him. I entered my social security number, and they're like, we already have it. Don't worry, you don't need to. The government already gave it all to us.
We know his hair color, his eye color, his fingerprints, his DNA strand. We even know what his pee smells like.
Right. Yeah,
we know it all.
In the UK, it's like, no, we're not going to give any of that, and you're going to have to get it yourself. That's privacy problem. Yeah. Not over here.
Good old GDPR. You don't have GDPR.
Here's his file, Robinhood. Have a good time with him.
Hello, George Aberdewingo. Here is your... you probably don't... Did you ever have Phone Jacker?
Phone? No. What is that?
After this, and anybody that's listening to this, if you're outside of the UK, go and YouTube clips of Phone Jacker. I just want to point because I made and I dropped a name in there that not many people would know, and I don't want anybody to come back and be like, I can't believe that he said this name. It was a character in a show called Phone Jacker, which was basically a TV show that was in the UK for a while of somebody that would prank call people but record them, and then they did these really weird stop motion images, like a ransom note style thing, but with images where the mouth would just move really jerkily and stuff like that. And it was utter carnage. hilarious, but so bad at the same time. And they had this one guy in it, and he was called George Abadawingo, and he used to ring up and he'd like, "Hello, sir. It is your bank, and we need to move the monies from your bank account because there's a pigeon that has got into the monies, and we need to clean all the monies." And like basically, it was a scam. Like they faked a scam call. And like they were asking people for the bank account details, and like, "Hi, Scott, if you give me your bank account details," and the other person on the phone was getting really mad because they're like, "Well, if you're from my bank, you should know my details." And it was just, it was rubbish, but at the same time hilarious. But yeah, go and watch it. Phone Jacker, it was great. So there was various different characters in it. There was one called Terry Tibbs, who you should just ring people up who were like selling stuff.
Now, are these like, is everybody in on it, or is it like literal like prank calls, like prank scam calls?
Just prank calls.
Okay.
Absolute random people.
Okay. All right.
Prank calls.
Okay.
So
didn't somebody over there get in trouble for like? I read about this a few years ago, like talking. They called in acting like they were the queen or whatever, and asking questions about. I can't remember who. Somebody was having a baby or something like that, and then the health the.
It's highly probable.
Yeah.
It is highly probable because it's. I think to impersonate royalty is a criminal act.
Yeah. So. And then, but they were giving him information. They were like, "Yeah, she's retching," and I remember this whole thing. She's like, "But she's gonna be okay." And then they got in big trouble.
See, we like the U.S. I know the U.S. have state-bound laws, don't you? So
we have
obviously
HIPAA. It's called HIPAA over here. I don't know what I don't know what it stands for, but something about health and privacy.
No, but I mean in general, like you have. Like the US has its own laws, but then each state has like a few really weird ones.
Oh yeah.
Like I once read that you weren't allowed to push a donkey out of an airplane over a certain state in the US, and I was like, somebody's had to have done that for them to say that you can't do it anymore. But there's in York in the UK, there is a rule that a certain day of the month or a certain day of the year, it's not against the law to shoot a Scotsman with a bow and arrow.
Wow, all the Scotsmen hide on that day. What was the name of that movie where like everybody, like you could
Purge?
Yes, you knew exactly. It's like a Scotsman purge. Just go hide in a hole, Scotsmen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we have some very strange, weird laws. Like we can't hurt, harm. Or if we found one that's died of natural causes, we can't eat swans.
Okay, all right.
Because it's the Queen's bird, we're not allowed to do it.
I love it. Well, this hits real close to home. Last month, I serve on our local downtown development authority in a very small town of like 400 people, which every once in a while it meets the first Thursday of the month. So every once in a while when I text you and I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late," or "We need to move it because I'm out." That's what I'm doing. But they give a report. The president of the village gives a report on what they've done in the village council the previous month, and he actually said, he's like, "Yeah, we don't allow chickens anymore, and there was a rule that if you asked all of your neighbors if you could have a chicken in your yard, and everybody wrote a letter to the village and said that you could have a chicken, then you were allowed to have one chicken." He was like, "So we got rid of that rule." I was like. It's just so funny. Yeah, it's like an ordinance. It wasn't like a law, but it was like an ordinance. And so you could go to as long as you went to all of your adjacent neighbors and was like, "Hey, can I have a chicken?" And then you got them to write a letter and you submitted the letter to the village, then you were allowed to have one chicken. It's just so funny.
Nice. Did you have to do that for every chicken that you wanted?
I don't know. I just thought it was so funny. I was like, that's an interesting... Yeah. And I did ask. I was like, "So did this precipitate because somebody came in with like written letters?" And he's like, "No. We just were going over like old ordinances and found that one."
Yeah, we were just looking through the archive of weird and quirky ordinances and rules in the area, and we thought that's one that we can probably get rid of.
Yeah,
file.
I love it.
Our Google Drive was full, and so we need to just get rid of it.
Yeah, got rid of that one.
Got rid of the chicken file.
So good.
So what other than playing lots of Minecraft and watering yards. What else have you been up to, sir?
I mean, that's really been my life, Sean. That's what I've done. Watering yards, mowing yards. It's actually, I will say, it's been nice. It all starts back up next weekend. We start hot in with a tournament. Going to be a 2-dayer, but there's been 2 weeks where we did not have any soccer, and I will take it. Not that I have any problem. I love soccer. It's fun to watch my daughter play, but man, a lot of soccer. And so have just a little break where we didn't have anything going on has been nice. So, but we're back in. Actually, we're probably going to have to get a hotel because it's like 2.5 hours away. It's a weekend-long tournament. So we're probably going to have to get a hotel on over Saturday night and do that thing. So got that coming up, but there has been, like I said, there has been no soccer. I don't know that's pretty much been life. Just going to work, building, selling houses, doing the thing. So I will say, just a really cool note, and kind of like a weird quirk because the market's supposed to be dying down. We put our house on the market, not our specific house, but a house we built for work habitat on the market, and it sold within 8 hours. So,
wow,
yeah,
that is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it was really fairly priced because it's a habitat house, so we're not looking to but it wasn't like I wouldn't have considered it underpriced when I looked at comparable houses in comparable markets, but I think people really like new, right? You don't got to worry about it for a good long time.
Yeah.
So fully furnished new. So that was a blessing. So that's about me. What about you, sir?
So since we last chatted, this is where I then go to my photos, having a look through.
That's such a good. You're so good at that.
Yeah, I took Logan to the skate park. I met up with Joe and his boys because it's the first time they'd ever been to the skate park, and his youngest wants to learn to skateboard.
Ooh,
so did a little bit of just pulling his youngest backwards and forwards and stuff like that, which was quite cool. The older two boys, so Logan and his elder boy, they kind of just rode around on the scooters and caused havoc when they got bored of riding on the scooters and decided they wanted to park all around the skate park. So we did that. That's really about it. I think I worked the weekend, which is when we last recorded. I had Monday and Tuesday off, and we kind of just had a bit of a chill out and a reset because I then had to go back into work. I worked nights. I did an extra run, which is why we're now recording this Saturday, rather than the Friday like we should have done. So thanks for being able to be flexible and move that. Because
I played more Minecraft with the kids, so it all worked out for me.
Win-win. And today we went into the town center because they were holding a fun day, which consisted of, I'll see if I can count these correctly. There was a coffee vendor, there was a burger and hot dog vendor, there was a slushy vendor, and a snow cone vendor. Then there was a giant inflatable bouncy castle slide, 2 carousels, the pavilion bandstand center had circus skills in, so basically just juggling balls, juggling sticks, like Diablos, the 2 sticks with a string, the Diablos, and that was it. There was nobody really teaching the kids. It was just all laid there. So
that's no good.
Yeah.
So no knives, no knife juggling teaching. No.
Right.
Okay.
And then somebody dressed up as Bluey, and that was about it.
Well, that was a fun day, huh?
It was a fun 25 minutes. So then we walked back through town and we popped into a few places and picked up some stuff that we needed, came home, and that was that. So yeah, other than that, the only other thing I've done is I decided starting Monday, just gone, that I was going to try the keto diet and go on to force myself into ketosis. So something I've never done before, and I wanted to try it. I've been feeling really sluggish and crappy, which I kind of alluded to last week, not having great sleep.
So
it's been interesting.
We're always eating no carbs, right? All meat, no carbs.
Very low net carbs. So you can have some. Like I learned today, I can drink Lipton lemon iced tea, which I'm really happy about because on the Sunday I bought 2 liters of the stuff. So I can drink that. It's just I have to be careful of looking at the net carbs, and as long as it's like less than 3 grams of net carbs, it's okay. But to avoid starchy kind of carbohydrates and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did from Monday night to Wednesday night, I did a fast, which was like 38 hours with nothing other than water and black coffee. That was fun. And then gradually kind of changed my diet a little bit to suit being in ketosis. And then today I finally ordered some pH test strips from Amazon because I kind of only been guessing that I'm in it because of like how I felt when like reading articles and stuff, like how I felt, and there's like how your mouth tastes and the scent of your breath can also prove that. But the only way to really do it is to test the pH of your pee.
Okay, I was about to ask that question, what we were testing, but I kind of figured, but I wanted I was hoping yeah.
So yeah, I got my pH test strips. They came today, and before we start recording, I did the deed into a cup, and
you peed in a stick, and was it positive?
Yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm having twins. No, it came out. I think apparently to be in ketosis, you need to be like between 5.5 pH and 6.5 pH, and I'm sat at like 6. So
okay, so you're there.
I am there. Yeah,
smack in the middle.
Something like 8 pounds so far.
Okay.
But maintained.
Is that acidic? I always forget.
Yeah, it's slightly acidic. Okay. So you need to be careful because if you go too far, it's not great. So
okay.
But that's why like you're drinking electrolytes and taking on salts and stuff like that because salts pull you in the opposite direction. So
okay. Are you tired?
No, not even in the slightest.
Really?
So I keep having spells of being dizzy, but that's when I know I need to take on a bit more sugar and like and fluids. But other than that, fine.
All right. Yeah, I mean initially, usually at first when I do the no carb thing, I'm a little like, but I can usually get over that. But
yeah. But I'm loving this because I get to eat like we did a meal plan, and where we normally is if we're going to buy like ground beef and stuff like that is we'll get the typically less than 5% fat stuff.
Sure.
Because we're trying to avoid fats because you don't want to clog your arteries up and stuff like that. But with the being in keto, it's like you need those. So it's like that's where you're getting your energy from.
Yeah. For
like short periods, and then it forces your body to pull the energy and glycogen from your fat stores. So like we've just done a shopping list, and I'm like, I need chicken thighs, really fatty chicken thighs. I need streaky bacon. I want eggs. I need avocados. I want like all the 10 to 12% fat ground beef. Where all the flavors are. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm very looking forward. I know a couple people who have done it, and they've actually had pretty good success with it. So yeah, well, I look forward to it. So you still in the gym? Are you still weightlifting?
Not so much. I'm more doing the interval classes just because I got to a point strength-wise that I was happy at.
Okay.
But my cardio fitness had kind of took a nosedive. So that's hence the wanted to trim down a little bit and increase the cardio. So
gotcha.
But yeah.
All right.
And I've read books about it, and I've always wanted to try it, and I have tried it a couple of times and didn't know if I was there or not, and didn't like the diet plan that was given to me. But I've done everything with ChatGPT, so it's
Gotta love every meal. Gotta love it. Or
Yeah, I think it's great. I was talking to somebody about it at work the other day, and I was like, I use it for everything. He goes, oh, I just use Google. I was like, yeah, but Google now has its own AI, and that's the first thing you usually get back. So ChatGPT just cuts that out, and you can tailor it to exactly what you need because you can give it lots of different information. So
yeah,
hello China.
Yeah, keep that conversation going. So no, I agree. I use it. I'd rather search on ChatGPT than on Google now. I mean, Google's in a real spot. I think they have to figure out a way to I know they have their own version, but I don't know. Something about chat. I've tried others. I've tried Microsoft's Copilot, and it's okay. But I like
Apple's AI basically just goes, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, is that okay? So you ask Siri a question that he doesn't really know about, and he'll go, do you want me to ask consult ChatGPT? And it's like, yeah, just do that. That's sensible. That's what I do. So
yeah, but it's kind of like, well, why do I even ask you? Why don't I just go do my own thing?
Yeah, that's Apple, isn't it? So
all right. Well, I'm looking forward to next week. It's one of my favorite weeks. I want to back up how I say this. So the wife's going back to work. I'm not looking forward to her going back to work, but it's a fun week where I get the kiddos, I drag them around to work, we have a good time. I take them out for little special treats. We'll play some Minecraft, but I also have to get work done, so they'll come to the office with me. We'll goof around. And so it's a really fun week. It's one I always look forward to in August because usually they go back a week or two later than back. This time it's just a week. So next week I'm looking forward to that and the fun. There's just a lot of memories. I was talking to Ariel. She was like, yeah, I remember the one time. She was like, I don't remember everything, but you were really mad because we got into a bag of sand. And I was like, no, you didn't get into a bag of sand. You got into a bag of concrete. I don't know if you remember that. We were podcasting. I talked about that. That's how long we've been doing this. It's crazy when that I just realized that it was you and Dan that I was telling this story to, forever ago, and I was like, yeah, you got into a bag of concrete, sis. I was like, do you remember painting the office because we were still renovating the office? We weren't actually moved in. She was like, oh yeah, I did. So yeah, it was fun. So I'm looking forward to that, and so that's what my next week holds.
I think I'm trying to think now. This holiday period coming up max 6 years. Sure it does.
Yeah, it's probably right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because we started, late 2019. Yeah.
So look at it. Just before COVID.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Just before. We had no idea what was about to happen. So yeah. All right. Anything for you before we head on off?
No, that's it. We've got our holiday coming up in 2 weeks' time, so we got that. We've got some stuff to do and kind of really plan out a bit more around Jaya because she's moving accommodation for uni. But other than that, next week's bad week. So I will join you when you next hear from me for an hour. Next Everyday Life episode, it's going to be like, well, I've just been working. And if I haven't been working, I've been sleeping. And if I haven't been sleeping, I've been trying my best to help out. So
yep. Yeah. I get you. All right, then.
So
I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch you on Wednesday.
Adios, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to Dad Crossing. We're here to remind you that this podcast is made by dads for dads. It's a place where all of us can come together, share a laugh, and tackle the wild ride that is fatherhood. If you want to keep the conversation going or just need a safe space to chat or ask for help, you are always welcome to reach out. You can find me, Sean, at Sean_Abbott, and you can find my good friend Nick at Nick10Do. And of course, give our social media platforms a good look over because that is where we share all the updates, all the laughs, and all the things dad life. That is, everything is at Dad Crossing. For anything more, feel free to drop us a message at team@dadcrossing.com. And until next time, stay strong, stay connected, and remember, you're never alone on this journey. We'll see you in the next episode of Dad Crossing.